welcome back. Another week, another show. It's Geekonomics. We got a lot to cover today. A lot of stuff going on. Big happenings in the world of everything.
So many.
It seems like.
Yes.
What?
So many things.
Oh. It's like he's randomly saying things in the background. Brian's here. Of course, you hear Josh is here.
Yes.
What was that? Shot
It's the man behind the curtain.
What? What shot is that?
God.
That was nice.
Production.
No, I just hit the wrong button.
He's trying to do production.
Oh, I like
nice
that.
cover,
That was nice.
You could just went with it.
No. I'm being honest. I screwed up.
That's all right. That's okay.
But I was away from my mic trying to fill out my paper, and that's
You don't fill your paper until we get to that point.
I tried to. Well, I'm usually doing other stuff, so I want to get mine started.
Jeez, yeah, because you got so much going on in there. You press 3 buttons. All right.
Oh, hey now.
Brian, how's it going? How's things with you?
It's going good, Mark. It's good to be back. It's been a weekend. A lot of things happened. We are going to get into The Last of Us Episode 4. We're going to get into our review of Thunderbolts. We're also going to be making our Backlash predictions. But first, before we get into all that, this past weekend,
a lot of things happened.
It was Free Comic Book Day. We had the Star Wars celebration. Mark and Claire celebrated their anniversary.
We did.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mark? I mean, how was your weekend? What did you guys do? Anything special?
We did nothing really super special. We kind of just hung out because it was a rainy day, so it really wasn't like we didn't want to get out and do anything really. I put the air conditioners in.
Yeah,
that was the big project.
I haven't done that yet, but I wanted to.
Yeah, so that was Claire was like, well, that's all I really wanted for our anniversary.
Is the air
conditioners installed? So I did that because it's only the 6th year, so it's kind of like one of those. It's like It's like wood. I think is the theme of 6-year anniversary.
I don't even know.
Yeah, and we got Sarah's birthday, Claire's sister's birthday is this weekend. So
Iron Rose.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
There you go.
So doing that Friday, and then Saturday is the 85th anniversary celebration for the Connecticut Trauma Museum. So if anyone's looking for something to do this weekend, that's a good place to hang out. Because we have a bunch of stuff going on. Matt C. Ryan will be there doing caricatures.
Nice.
Mike Haynes will be playing music. He's going to be playing a set at the museum. We're having a little stage set up. A couple acoustic acts playing.
Wow.
Alicia from Possum will be playing as well. And then Josh Mead and Mike, I don't remember the other guy's name, will also be playing as well.
Wow.
So we'll be playing like 45-minute sets starting at 11 o'clock. We're doing a trolley parade at 1 o'clock. There'll be a food truck there. It's actually Extreme Fried Dough will be there. So that'll be going on as well. There'll be a bunch of other stuff going on. So we're going to do restoration shop tours. We're going to have in-depth tours of the museum. There'll be some special merchandise designed by this guy that you can get as well.
Well, what is that?
T-shirts, pins. I designed a logo for the event, so there's going to be like whatever you see with a logo on it is something I did. So,
nice.
A bunch of stuff going on. I'm still working on stuff. That's why my phone's blowing up, because it's that week before the big event. So everyone is reaching out to me for everything because I have all the logos and designs.
Well, it's Monday,
so I'm also designing everything. So
cool.
So I'll be designing the flyer with the map of the event and everything and all that too. So doing all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and we got the official announcement of the stage for Heartbeat.
Yes.
Got announced this week or this weekend. So that's another thing working on in the background as well. So we'll be promoting that like crazy. We got a bunch of cool bands playing on that stage, which I could pull up in 2 seconds.
Yeah, right, I will waste time on that. But it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
What are the bands?
So starting at 12:15, the New Brew will start off the day. Then at 1:15, it's Hitch and the Giddy Up. Following them at 2:20 is DJ Late Night. And then it's the Equilibrium TV alumni section is what we're calling it. Starting at 3:20 with Always Morning. And then 4:30, Big Joe and the Stolen Hearts. And then wrapping up our stage at 5:30 will be Soul Gyres.
Nice.
So a couple other alumni bands will be playing at other stages. Possum's playing at the Plaza stage, and I think Trashing Violet's playing the big stage, like in the midday time frame. So, it's gonna be. There's 3 stages. It starts at around noontime, goes to I think the last band goes on 8 o'clock on the main stage. I think it's Alpaca Gnomes wrap up the day. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. There'll be a bunch of stuff going on there. We'll get more info as we get it, but that's what I'm focusing on is our stage, because that's all I can handle. But yeah, besides it's a lot of stuff going on. Very busy.
Very cool.
A lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't be like, and we got an audio guy. You got an audio guy.
We do.
Very exciting.
Another alumni of Equilibrium TV, actually.
Yes.
Josh Friend, who goes by Josh Enemy on the band side.
Yeah.
The lead for Negative Creep, who was from the old Equilibrium TV days.
The Foo Fighters.
And the Foo Fighters.
With a Z.
Is going to be doing audio for us. We're very excited to have him on board, helping us out with that. And then, the whole crew, hopefully they'll be making it at some point during the day. I know you got stuff going on.
I'm going to find out this weekend, but I have a feeling our Father's Day will be on Saturday. This Sunday, it's so funny, Mother's Day is this weekend.
Yes, it is.
And I already knew my brother works on Sunday. He works every Sunday.
Yeah.
And then my dad's literally in real time texting me the plans.
Yeah.
And when he said, "Oh, we're going to have it Sunday," I looked at my clock and I'm like, in 20 minutes, he's going to text me and say, "Can we have it on Saturday?"
Yeah, we could do it on Saturday.
And he did, because Tony worked. Yeah. So I have I'm going to find out what's going on.
You can always do it Friday as well.
But my brother works on Friday.
I mean, how much time do you really need to do at Father's Day? I mean, how much time do you spend there?
We're there for a couple hours.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Have
But
them come to the concert. You can have it at the Heartbeat Festival.
I learned recently, a lot of people do a lot of different, like, full day-long things with their parents and stuff. And I'm remembering the stuff we did is like, all right, go to breakfast.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, you buy mom plants. Father's Day, you leave that alone.
Yeah.
Well, you lived with them.
No, but
I don't live
even
with my
still,
parents. So
Even after I moved out of the house,
even with
we were never really big on those things.
Brian, even with the grandparents, it was go out to
Mother's,
breakfast,
Father's
buy
Days,
them
I could just drop off
stuff,
plants
and
at
then
my
leave.
grandmother's for Mother's Day, and that was about it.
Well,
never really a big thing. I know Claire's family does big things for Father's Day, Mother's Day. It's just my parents weren't that kind of people.
we just hang out for like a couple hours. But anyway,
get like a little dinner, hang out.
Even like birthdays. Birthdays, it was all right. What do you want for dinner?
Yeah, well, my dad
It's
was
your special day, so you get to pick. And,
well, our dad was more of a breakfast guy, so it was like the big event was everyone going to breakfast with him.
Right,
that was
right,
his
right.
big thing because that was his time.
and he was up early.
We do that, and then you would probably be on a Saturday because you'd probably end up doing.
No, we do both days.
Everyone go to a big breakfast with him on Saturday, and then we go to the farmer's market afterwards, and he'd be good because on Sunday there'd be a NASCAR race on, and he wouldn't want us around.
Right.
We wouldn't have to worry about it.
There you go.
So that's how it would work.
Yeah.
Set him up outside with the
set him up
TV
with
and
his,
beers.
give him his little area, leave him alone, let him watch his race in peace, and you're fine.
Anyway, that's what's going on. So you went to, speaking of weekend of big events, Free Comic Book Day was on Saturday.
It was.
You went to Matt's with Matt C. Ryan.
I did.
C stands
C
for
stands
comics.
for
Comics.
caricatures.
Caricatures, comics,
Caricatures,
Conan.
comics.
Conan. He hates it.
He does. He hate when we do that. So
Like, hey, look, it's Matt C. Ryan. C stands for comics. And he went, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't do
So I keep doing it because I know it bothers me.
It's funny.
Yeah. Don't give me something that I know is going to bother you, and I won't keep doing it.
So it was a good time?
It was, yeah. We ended up setting up in a little room downstairs at the ever-expanding Matt Sports Cards and Collectibles. It seems like every time I go there, he's got some other room full of stuff.
It's like the TARDIS. It's
It
bigger
is.
than the
It's
inside.
bigger on the inside for sure. Like he had a big warehouse area, which I heard all the info about what's going on with that in the future. That he was using for basically like the event space.
Yeah.
Which I told him would be great to like rent out for birthday parties and stuff. And he was like, "Ooh, that's not a bad idea." But yeah, so he had all of his free comics there.
Yeah,
he had like a dollar bin boxes that Justin was running. I got it too.
I picked it up on Friday.
Yeah, I got that one. I got the Fantastic Four one. I'd already had the Godzilla one that one of the vendors gave us at CliffsCon a couple months ago now.
No tick this year.
I didn't see it. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So sad.
Well, that diamond thing, I guess, is really
That
threw a
has
tiny bit of a wrench in some things.
I was talking to Matt about the diamond thing. He just said they still have one factory.
Yeah.
They have one building now instead of multiple.
Yeah.
And he goes, it just takes a little bit of time. But
Yeah.
he's like, it's a lot of during COVID. They stopped using diamond. Like DC doesn't use diamond. And different places drop diamond.
Yeah, like
because,
there's Lunar now, there's Penguin.
Because diamond, what they were doing during COVID was they closed up.
Yeah.
And they wanted to stay open.
Yeah.
And a lot of comic shops were like there was a fight, basically, an internal fight.
Yes.
Them wanting to work during COVID.
Yes.
And a lot of people dropped them.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But there was more free comics I've ever seen this year.
Why? Because he also uses all the back ones that he keeps.
So many.
He has all those out too.
From last Halloween, because a free comic
so
day
all
on
those,
Halloween.
he kind of puts them out, and then he does the very cool thing with like you were talking about earlier with the food donations, where if you get 2 automatically, but then for every can of food you bring, you get a ticket for another comic.
Yeah, and an event too.
Yeah.
I donated my food on Friday.
Yeah.
I always bring a bunch of canned goods on Friday.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people with a lot of tickets because people were just bringing like cases of food basically, and it was like, oh man, like people were just like stocking up on stuff. It was very interesting. But then Matt was doing caricatures, so we had some folks doing that. Stopped by for that. It was kind of nice. It was kind of fun because we had our own room basically. We had a ceiling fan, which was amazing because it was not cool.
Humid.
It was very muggy, so that helped a lot. But Matt ended up doing like basically a mini class for like 3 or 4 people.
Oh, nice.
Like Josue and a couple other folks that are artists, they're beginning artists that were asking Matt questions, and he kind of like held court for a little while.
It was basically, from what I heard, it was like a mini art fight that he wanted to do, like a bigger one.
He did that out in the big room.
Oh, he did a smaller one in the room?
No, he just like started, like someone asked a question, and it was like Josue was there and a couple other folks were there, and someone asked a question about art and like distribution and stuff, and then like how you do things. And then Matt just like went off on a tangent and just like basically like held a how-to class with these artists, and I was like, and everyone was like enthralled. So it was very cool. But no, he did an art fight, a very, very like a altered version of art fight where he did like a questionnaire kind of thing. He had to draw the answer. So that was pretty fun.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a good time. We had a good time. It was nice. We had a couch to sit on, which was amazing as well. So that was awesome.
Couch.
Yeah, so that was great. So we sat on that all day. But yeah, besides that, it was just basically just hanging out. Just me and Matt. We went to breakfast beforehand.
Yes.
Went to Country Diner for breakfast.
Yes.
Held like a little court there. Had like a deep, planned out some things. Had some ideas tossed around of how to do things.
Then Bryon mass messaged everybody when he realized Mark was awake.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I didn't mass message everybody. What are you talking about?
In the group chat, there was like 12 messages from you in a row.
Yeah, because I sent something to you that morning about.
Yeah, I was just talking to Mark. Was that in the group chat?
That was in the group chat.
It was in our group chat.
Brian.
You're like, oh, what are you doing up so early?
That was just between me.
No,
and
it was in a group chat. So
that
it
was
like
the group chat, Brian.
Message. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot. You're going with Matt to Matt's.
I was like, why are you up so early?
So it's like, I was like literally getting out of the shower, and I'm like, what is happening? My phone's like going off like crazy.
Wait, you were at the Country Diner when you texted me. Why were you in the shower?
Oh, was it that late? I thought it was earlier in the day.
No, it was.
I'm confused. You were not in the shower.
You were saying you were at breakfast.
You were at breakfast, not in the shower.
Okay.
I hope to God
no, that's
you were
right.
showering with
because
Matt.
I saw the Go Local thing. That's what it was about.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were at breakfast and you saw the thing, and then Bryon was like, "You're awake? What are you doing awake?"
No, it just took me a second because we had talked that you were going to drop off a banner from Matt.
Yes, because I had his banner from.
Because I don't go to
Cliff's
Free
Con.
Comic Book Day on Saturday.
Yes.
It didn't click, and then I was like, "Oh, you're." Because I was like, "Do you have a show today?" Like I was like, "What's going on today?" I'm like, "Oh, it's you're meeting Matt."
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah.
It just took. I was like, just waking up.
Yeah.
Bryon.
Yeah.
Bryon, it's 11 messages in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, just like I woke up at 8:53 to 11 messages.
Well, I don't know why it was in the group chat. I thought it was just between me and Mark.
No, it was in the podcast chat, which I thought was funny because I don't even think I put it in the podcast chat.
You did.
You did. You
Yeah, but
started the
Oh,
chat.
no, I put it
started,
in that 'cause-
you sent it in the Go Local.
Yeah.
You started it
because
with
I wanted
me.
you both to see it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
But
Because I was sitting outside waiting for Matt to show up when I saw the article.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
were you sitting on the bench just waiting?
Yeah, waiting for him to show up because he was like, "Be there for 8:30." He showed up at like quarter after. I'm like, "Well, why did I get here so early?" Like I'm sitting here.
Maybe he knows you're gonna be late. So
No, he was like he got stuck behind somebody who was like practicing for a parade or something. He said,
Oh.
which means they were
one of-
driving slow.
Yes,
So,
I gotcha.
yeah, That's his. But it was a good breakfast. They did a good breakfast there.
Yeah. How was your you told us about your anniversary and
Yeah, we did nothing.
You
We
did
watched,
nothing?
You watched TV all day.
nice. It's a good day.
Got
like,
Popeyes for dinner. It was great.
It was a good day for that.
Yeah.
I tell you. It was a
Yeah.
good day, a good weekend to have no obligations. It was the first weekend I've had with no obligations in
Yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah, and the Free Comic Day was nice. It wasn't like an obligation. It was just kind of like a hangout, kind of, which was kind of
Right,
nice. It was
right.
more laid back than the usual.
The new building,
Shows.
well, new to me building is really nice too.
Well, he
Like,
actually
it's
cleaned
not
it,
spread,
which is amazing.
but it's also like it's spread out more than.
Except for upstairs, which
Whoa.
is still like
Well, there's a lot of stuff.
too much stuff in one spot.
There's a lot of stuff, but
It could be a lot more organized, a lot more spread out.
He should really
it's
put
the
the
way it is.
He
It's
should
just the
really
way
put
Matt's
the
is.
pops
It's the way it is.
It's the way
downstairs.
Matt's is.
You
The,
can't change-
the pops should be downstairs of the other figurines in my mind.
Yeah. Well,
You-
pops should just be blown out of the world because they're useless.
people still buy them.
I don't know why, but they do.
You know what? Every time I
buy
say
'em,
that,
like
I
'em.
find a pop I like.
I buy them. I don't buy them often, but I have a few.
like I want to still want to get the Letterkenny pops.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those. Like there's a few I'll buy, but I don't go crazy. Like I'm very choosy
Yeah.
about them, and I take them out of the box and I throw the boxes away.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, you're really a renegade.
I throw those boxes away.
I don't think I've opened a pop since I bought pops, or even I don't think I've even bought a pop. They've always been given to me.
Yeah, I mean I buy them.
And they were
no.
like back when Star Wars did
you
the
bought
collector
some
boxes.
Star Wars ones.
Well, they had those collector boxes that they had for like a while. It was like
yes.
a thing,
Yes.
and I was involved in that, and they would always give you a pop.
Yes.
So I have those, but that was
Oh,
about
yeah,
the extent
the-
of my pops.
Well, not the Funko, but the
No, they were Funko pops.
was it? No,
but
no,
it was
but
like
the
Funko did that for
but
their
it
own,
was
and then
it,
Amazon took
yeah,
it over. and
because
then
you
it was like
have
a
all the
thing.
shirts
Yeah.
that have the
Yeah.
pop shirts on them.
But I
Yeah.
agree. There doesn't need to be a pop for every single franchise under
There really
the sun.
is everything.
There's-
Oh,
Even
yeah,
every,
I know.
Every product basically has its own pop. at this
Even
point.
like stuff that didn't.
Like so much so that you could have a pop, I could have a pop, Josh could have a pop. We could have our own pops. We could put them on
Probably.
the table.
No, not probably. It's an actual thing. You
Yes,
can.
it is. You can
I
pop
know.
You
yourself.
can create
can
your own
pop yourself.
pops.
Yeah, pop yourself.
I pop myself every night. Oh, boom, 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 boom.
All right.
Every night. Jeez, Brian.
You know, break that thing if you play with it that much.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Aren't you married?
That's why he popped himself.
That's
right
why I
now.
pop myself. Oh.
Oh man.
Why is Brian in the hospital? He popped himself.
He
too
popped
much.
himself
too hard.
He's popping himself.
Pop himself too hard.
Stand back. Man popping. Shooting off rockets. That's what.
In other news,
Any news?
the WWE released some wrestlers over the weekend.
yes. So.
Which we'll get into now before we get into Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Wrestlers released from NXT. Some guys no one knows because they barely did anything. Javier Bernal, don't know who that guy is. Riley Osborne, who was in like Chase U group. Eddie Thorpe, who was in a championship match recently. Danny Palmer, who was a beginner person. The whole Gallus faction was released. Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang. From Meta 4, Jakar Jackson and Aura Mensa were released. And the big ones on the NXT side, Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan were both released. They have 30-day non-compete clauses, and they will be free agents as of June. On the main roster side, the big names released. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, the Party Girls, were released. Shayna Baszler was let go from Pure Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion Collective.
Braun Strowman was let go, which I know is a surprising
Heartbreaking.
one for you.
Yes.
And heartbreaking one for me. Dakota Kai was let go.
I'll say this though. I'm surprised about that one too. But when you look back at those two story-wise, it just didn't seem anything was going on.
It's even more
with
crazy
them.
that they were let go during the COVID times and were brought back by Triple H and are now being re-let go again because they never were given like the time to like do anything. Like Dakota Kai, of course, had injury issues. Braun Strowman as well had injury issues. And then recently on Saturday, it was announced that Shotzi was let go.
Oh, really?
Well, technically, she wasn't
Yes.
let go. She
So,
wasn't
yes,
re-signed.
she's not let go, but she will not. Her contract will not be renewed.
Yeah.
So she will not have the 90-day no non-compete clause attached to her. The rest will all be free agents as of August.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a thing that happens every year after WrestleMania. They go through and I don't want to say do house cleaning, but they basically do house cleaning.
Well, it might have also some to do with returns of certain other wrestlers' contracts being renegotiated because WrestleMania is a lot of the, contract time. Usually have like the month after WrestleMania or the 2 weeks after WrestleMania for contracts because that's usually their year.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I did find out I can watch NXT if I chose to sign up for the WB app, and it's free.
There you go.
And
Is it the WB or this
CW
app.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There's no WB app. What does it say?
CW. CW has an app that's free,
Yes.
and if you sign up, they actually keep NXT like the back catalog or whatever. Like they have a bunch of episodes up there, and you can watch it live, and you can watch it like on demand.
You know what else you can do, Brian?
What?
You can watch racing with the CW app.
I won't be doing that.
No, I know, but Xfinity is on CW now, so
Oh,
Yeah, the lower division is on
gotcha.
CW.
Gotcha. But anyway,
Not much else on the CW besides those things.
Yeah, right. True.
As far as I know, I couldn't tell you a show on CW.
No, me neither. And didn't Superman end?
Yes.
yes.
The Superman.
Superman and
channel?
Lois. Yes.
Um.
All the D shows are over. DC shows.
Yeah. So anyway, I might do that, but my time is so limited with everything. It feels like. But anyway,
So
Like I said, Brian, you don't need to watch NXT, but it's not bad if you have nothing else to do
Right.
to watch. Like when
Yeah.
it's on, it's a good like carryover, and there are some like wrestlers that go down to wrestle, and there's some crossover, especially now that you have wrestlers coming up. So
Right.
That's the thing I was
Right.
like. That's the thing with these release things that I always kind of get weary about. I feel like they could use NXT better in that sense. Like these main roster guys that are being let go, like Shayna, Shotzi, Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, even the Party Girls. If you get called up and you don't work out, I feel like there should be like the
go
like
back.
use it
Two-way
like the minor
contract.
leagues and send them back down like they did with Rich Holland and a couple other guys,
Right.
and give them that chance to like reinvent themselves or come up with a different character or try to like use them to bring the newer people up.
Yeah.
And then like the NXT releases become like the real releases, like those ones. Like if you're not working out in NXT or they can't find something for you to do, then I could see you being let go. But like just kind of just giving them the let go without any kind of
It's weird.
Could that be because of the contracts they have signed that they have to be main
that's the
roster?
thing, because they're not technically
There's no two-way
yeah, there's not like a
contracts.
two-way contract. It's like you're like a main roster contract is different than your NXT contract. But I feel like that could be something that down
They
the
could
road could be a
renegotiate.
thing that comes around. Like you could have that, like your first, like you could be waived kind of, and like NXT can re-sign
minor league
you if they
baseball
want to.
and like minor league
Yeah.
baseball and NHL has.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you have
that
two
kind of thing.
people are on
But it's
two-way
kind of like I feel like
contracts
there could
that can go up and down. Then you have
because there's no U word in wrestling. That I feel like that's like the thing that affects that is that there's no way to like
Or
send you down.
I was so confused when
Or-
you said U word.
they could have done house shows like Shinsuke. Look at Shinsuke. He kind of disappeared, but he was doing house shows.
Yeah, well, they do that with Dakota Kai, and then we're doing house shows. Like Braun was wrestling on house shows, but
Yeah,
it's just
and
kind of
it's
like,
like they could have reinvented
I feel like they
themselves
just
that
don't.
way
Yeah,
and
it's
come
like,
back in.
It happens. It's just one
Yeah.
of those things. You only have so many people on a show at a time.
It's part of the thing.
Yeah,
You hate to see them go. Maybe they can come back. You never know.
Or,
Yeah.
or they could go to TNA or
Right.
you know
AEW
somebody.
or
Well, even
MLW
like
or
TNA
AAA
is at least.
NFL, NXT,
But that's what I mean. Is TNA
New
is at least
Japan, and
connected.
the 90 other
NBC.
things
Whatever
out
is
there.
connected with WWE, so they're not WWE contracts, but they are.
Well, like Alberto Del
associated.
Rio was let go years ago, and now he's back being in WWE because they bought AAA, and he's their champion. So
Oh, look at
he has
that.
to have a contract with
Or they could
WWE.
show up at our local wrestling
Or they could show
Blitzkrieg
up
Pro.
at Blitzkrieg Pro or any of the other local events.
So you know what? A loss for WWE, but a win for everybody else if they do
Could be.
that.
It could be. So come June,
Braun Strowman will be
just in
wrestling in
time
Enfield.
for the luau, you might see an NXT person show up. You
Yeah.
might see a Shotzi show up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Man, that May show looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw the lineup.
Oh, the one in Springfield.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one, the White Lion. Yeah.
Ugh.
If I didn't have a wedding going on that day, I'd go, but I do, so I can't.
I'm not gonna go either,
Yeah.
but it does look good. I can't wait for. I'm excited for
Claire's
the
friends
luau.
getting married that day, so can't do that.
There's so much other crap going on.
There is.
know,
Then the luau day is like this. The
Yeah.
truck race starts at 1:00.
Because like I called Mark the other day because he Equilibrium TV shared the
You called
rundown
me
of
yesterday.
the.
It wasn't the other day. It was
Well,
yesterday.
Yesterday, I was trying to be, whatever, but because shared the schedule for Heartbeat.
Yes.
So I called Mark about the anniversary and that, and then it's like, oh, then we have this going on. Then this is this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Then we have next weekend. It's just like,
Yeah.
I know.
It's
like what
nonstop.
happened that we went from like absolutely nothing going on to now
I
everything.
can't remember
is
the
happening.
last time I had nothing going on.
Well, technically, this past weekend, you kind of. I mean, you still
Well, it's
had
his
something.
anniversary,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and free comic book.
Free comic book day.
Yeah, but I mean,
But these are all my choices. I don't have to be doing these things.
yes, you
Yeah.
make these choices.
But
But
Yeah.
like the big one is going to be the truck race and then the luau.
yes. Well, we're still on the fence about that, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, come on! You gotta. You're already out. You're already out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, already out, like an hour away, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're coming home though that time.
Well, it depends on when the race ends. And
Right.
like if there's rain or something, it could infect things.
Because the race is on Saturday.
Yeah, it's
What
on
you should
Saturday
do
at 1
is
o'clock.
just
And there's another
buy-
race at 4:00.
you should
which
just
if
buy
we stay around for that,
tickets.
then there's no chance it's getting out.
You should just buy tickets in case you can make it, and if you don't, get a refund.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can get a refund on your phone, I believe.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
It just all depends on schedules and weather.
I
and-
gotcha.
In life.
Let's do The Last of Us episode 4, and then
Yes.
we'll
Let's
do
do it.
Thunderbolts and Backlash.
Sounds good.
All right. So The Last of Us episode 4 aired last night. This
It
is
did.
a very good.
Nice little transition-y episode.
It is. It's setting up a lot of new characters. We got Isaac,
Yes.
who it's really cool because he voiced that character in the
I
video game.
found that out by watching the after the show video.
When I was watching with Allison, she was so excited. She's like, "Oh, he's amazing! I didn't know he was in this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "He played the voice and the
Yeah.
motion capture in the game."
He was amazing in Westworld.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was the Watcher from What If.
Yes. Yo, was he? Oh, the
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, he was a Watcher.
Yeah. So that was fantastic. I'm great to see him. I love we got a little backstory about Isaac, which
Yeah.
was not in the game. About how
And the Hanrahan is
the mom from Ted.
not only the
she
mom
does-
from Ted, but she was also Grimm's girlfriend
Yes,
on
and
Mythic Quest.
Also, fun fact, she does a lot of voices on Family Guy.
Yes.
She's friends with Seth MacFarlane,
Yes.
does a lot of his projects.
Yes.
So that's
why
why
she's on Ted.
she's plays the mom in it. She's
Yeah.
amazing too.
Yes. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it
was
was
like, oh, hey, I know her.
it was funny because
Then Josh Beck was the douchey guy in the truck from Drake and Josh from back in the day.
I thought that was Josh.
That was Josh from
Yeah,
Drake
but
and Josh.
What'd you call him?
Josh Beck is his last
Oh,
name.
Josh
Peck.
Beck.
P.
I thought you said Peck, and I was like, no, that's Brian Peck.
No,
That's
no.
a bad guy.
No,
No, yeah.
Josh's last name is Peck.
Got
not
it.
Beck.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah. I was
recognized
like,
him.
what is he doing at this show?
Yeah, but he played a good.
He's gone now.
He
So
played a good
yeah.
D-bag.
Yeah.
That's setting up these factions, setting up these different, like you get a little taste of what the Fedra
Yeah.
turned into.
Yeah.
And
Or Fedra.
Wolf, Fedra.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
You had an extra letter in there.
Yeah, Fedra.
Federa.
You're getting like a taste of them. You're getting a taste of Wolf. You're getting a taste of Isaac. And the Seraphites. You're getting more about what they do to people, and how there's
the scars.
There's a war between these people, and one thinks the other screwed him over.
Yeah.
And yeah, that the torture scene was pretty intense.
Yeah.
That was in the game.
The walk into the TV
kitchen.
channel.
Oh yes,
scene
with everybody
was
strung
pretty
up.
intense. It was crazy to even find out in the making of that it was all like actors,
real
people like just hanging there. It was like, what is going on? I love this show does those little things. Like you don't really need like no one would notice any difference.
Right.
But they'll just take that little extra thing.
Because it looks like real people, not like dummies.
Yeah. But even still, like you wouldn't really didn't like show tight faces or anything, so you wouldn't have noticed.
You wouldn't have known.
But
I mean, this episode really it solidifies Dina and Ellie.
Yeah.
Their relationship, but also letting both their secrets out.
Yes.
Which will all come into play later on.
Yeah.
And then now they think they know where they're going to be going, and that's where they're going to go into the next episode.
Yeah. So now you know more because you played the game.
Yeah.
So you know where these things are going somewhat.
Somewhat.
You know exactly, but you kind of have an idea
Yeah,
where things are heading. I, on the other hand, have not played any of the games.
Yes.
So the one thing I did not like about the episode was when they get to the rooftop and they're looking out and seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
They don't really show what's going on.
Well, because
they show explosions, so you don't really know
they don't know what's going on.
Who's fighting who.
Well, they turned the walkie-talkie on. Remember?
Yeah.
And they heard that girl's name, and that she was in Abby's.
Yes, she was in the room with Joel. Yeah. But so it's interesting to see.
They're just piecing it together. They're just kind of going we see that's where we got to go.
But in the game, do you see what's actually happening?
No.
Okay.
It's just all from their
far
perspective.
Distance. Yeah, gotcha.
Because a lot of those games, it's kind of like she's holding the map and she's just kind of looking.
Yeah.
In the game, you're always with Ellie.
Yeah.
So they do find
that first person look. You're not doing
you're over the shoulder, third person. But exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
But the
fight that is happening.
No, what's the place they're in?
Seattle?
The
building?
Movie theater.
Movie theater. Sorry, the theater. Can't think of words. Is in a very important place. That's where in the game, they kind of
things happen there.
They make it a
home base.
Home base.
Yeah. Makes sense because they kind of established that.
Yeah.
The thing now is what happened to the horse? Horse still back at the music store.
Yeah.
Gonna go find their horse now.
They'll get the horse.
Okay.
Don't worry.
That was you can tell there's video game things. As I watched the show, because I remember from Red Dead Redemption, there's things that's how'd that get brought with me?
What?
when they leave the TV station and they're running away and they go into the train station.
That was a good scene.
Through the side door there.
The
and
train
take your
stuff.
bags off. We'll be able to fit, but they won't.
Yeah.
And they're throwing their bags through, but it's there's no way you would be dragging your bag with you in real life.
They had to push it in front.
Yeah,
of
but
them.
it's very video game-ish that you would be your bag would just be with you because that's how things work. You need your gear bag to have all your stuff in it.
Right.
So you have to have it on.
That was a cool scene. The subway stuff was really intense.
The fact that they made that practically was
kind of cool.
Crazy.
No CG or anything.
Yeah, it's an old they said it was an old car factory that they used.
Yeah, it turned into it. And it was kind of
cool.
cool.
They brought actual trains in and stuff and everything.
I mean, even just normally stuff now has been going more back to the practical effects. Even looking at Andor.
Yeah.
A lot of the ships and even the creatures are practical.
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah.
So it just looks nicer.
It looks better on especially on HD or 4K or really high def televisions.
Well, with stuff like that,
nice.
it's you kind of can't. You could do it with CG, but it would be very obvious. But with the way that they do the things, it makes more sense to do it practically, especially on a TV side because you don't have the bigger budget like a movie would.
So when they go to the record store in the game, you can. She does play "Take on Me."
Yes.
And it's kind of cool because you can pick up that guitar afterwards.
You play other songs.
and you can play anything you want, and it's a real. All the notes are there.
Yeah.
They went in to put all the detail, and you can actually play a song. And at the time, Mark Hoppus was playing that on live stream, and he learned how to play "What's My Age Again" on that.
Nice.
So then he would play it, and then people would write it down, so then you could try it.
Yeah.
So I tried it, and it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Nice.
And it was really kind of cool mechanics to all it.
You just play the music part, not the singing parts. Of
Yeah,
course.
it's all
just
acoustic guitar with the notes.
Yeah.
But Mark Hoppus is like, I'm going to play my own song. And he
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
And then people realize, oh my God, you can
could
play real
anything.
songs.
You could just write your own songs and
So people were doing that.
Last of Us.
Yeah, in the game. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm a big baby, so I got really teary-eyed. And Allison looked at me to see if I was crying.
Take on Me?
Yeah. So it has. I don't want to go. 2020 was COVID, obviously. That game came out.
You don't say.
But Sir Pounce, my old black cat,
Yes.
I had to put down.
Yes.
And that
You love
week-
Take on Me?
No.
Oh.
I don't know why, but
Awesome.
it all kind of happened that same week.
Oh, you're playing the game at that time?
And
Gotcha.
that song hit me like
so now
Mental
it's like a
connection.
trigger.
yes, yeah. It hit me like
Gotcha.
a fucking. Oh Jesus! Swore.
Oh, well,
swore,
now I
swore.
I got to edit.
That song hit me hard
Yes.
when that
Well,
happened.
acoustic, too. It's very
Yes,
well
it's
done
very.
acoustically.
And it's playing it, and I'm like biting my lip.
Yeah.
And Allison looked over at me, and then afterwards, I go, "Yeah." I was like, "She's like," I go, she was like, "I was looking to see if you were crying," and I'm like, "I did my best
It
not to."
wouldn't
but I
matter either
was.
way because you'd probably cry anyways. Even if it wasn't,
I
you would
know.
have. You're a sensitive gentleman.
But it just reminds me of my cat. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
It all happened at
We
the
have
same
the
time.
other
craziest
things.
sense memories to whether it's sound or smells. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
can trigger the randomest things.
It just happened all at the same time. So
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a me thing. Anyway, but I thought it was an
It's a you
awesome
thing.
episode.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes. It's fun to watch it with someone and talk about it with you
Yeah.
for people who don't know what's going on.
really
So,
quickly, speaking of things that remind me of things,
Yeah.
you should remind me of something that happened at Free Comic Book Day that I was going to tell you about,
Yeah.
but it just popped in my head. So I'm sitting there with Matt Ryan. He's drawing for somebody, and this woman walks by, and she waves at me,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Hey," and like she knows me, and I'm like, "Hey," and the face kind of looked familiar, but I couldn't place it because she was with her husband and kids.
Uh-huh.
So she goes down to the warehouse, comes back, and so she's like, "Hey, how's it going? How's things?" I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" You have that thing where you're like, "I know you, but I don't know you." So she finally just realized I couldn't place her, and she goes, "I'm Chelsea Roy
What?
from Stafford Speedway."
Chelsea?
Chelsea was there with her husband and
What?
2 kids
Wow.
who were 8 and 9 years old.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. I was like, what is happening?
Wow.
Blast from the past.
Wow.
I hadn't seen her since she left Stafford.
Yeah.
Hadn't talked to her once. But yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my
Yeah, lives in
God.
Summers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So it was
awesome.
just kind of a weird.
Man.
Yeah. You mentioned something about remembering.
See,
That kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly. Memories just all of a sudden. Oh crap!
But yeah, it was just, yeah.
I
out of the
haven't
blue.
seen Chelsea since we worked at Stafford together.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
And when we hired that weird guy who made that weird video,
Yes.
and we were laughing about
Yes,
it. That
yes,
was the
yes.
biggest thing.
Yeah. But yeah.
Man,
No, just kind of a weird.
that is cool.
Yeah. She asked how you were doing. I told her you were doing all right and everything. We still do hang out together and everything. She's
Yeah.
like, wow. It's like, yeah. I still talk to Mador and everything. So yeah, it was crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Last of Us
Last
episode
of Us,
4.
episode 4. It was great.
It's
It was
good.
great. It was a lot of member berries.
We'll see where it all goes. We got only 3 episodes left.
Which is crazy. I think there's only 3 episodes left.
7 episodes, and a lot of things are going to happen in these 3 episodes. And no spoilers, but it's in the trailer. We're going to get an amazing flashback
Yeah.
with Joel.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the conversation she had about the astronaut,
Yes.
because she loves space travel.
Yes. Yes.
That's going to be
Yeah.
pivotal
Yeah.
of this flashback.
Yeah.
And I know what they're doing. They're making us miss Joel.
Yes.
And the playing the guitar thing gives us that, we miss Joel.
Yeah.
And then I think my guess is, because I never watched the preview, my guess is it's not going to be that episode, but I really feel this flashback is going to be the episode before the last episode.
That makes sense.
I just feel it.
That makes sense.
Did you watch the preview for next week? I never do. I skip it. I fast forward it, and then I watch the making of.
Next week is not.
No.
Joel episode. No.
I feel like the flashback is going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe they surprise us. Maybe it is next week.
Maybe it is. Who knows? Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We end up going Friday instead of Thursday.
Yes.
We saw the Thunderbolts.
We both had work situations.
Yes. Can't get out of it.
Yeah.
First time too. I think in a very long time, we didn't do a Thursday night.
It threw me off. It threw off my whole deal on Friday. Like I was like, I have to go see a movie at 4:00 in the afternoon. This is so strange.
But it's nice.
But it threw off my timing, of when to head out, when to do things, and then I got traffic situation. And
you
then
get out, and it's the sunny.
The sun's still out. It's like, this is weird. I don't like this. This is weird.
I like it.
There's people around.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Anyway, Thunderbolts.
Yes.
We got to give our rating and our preview or review.
Yes.
Not preview. Mark, what are your thoughts in your
I liked
Thunderbolts?
it.
I don't want to ruin it for people because I think people should see it.
There's still people who haven't seen it, like Josh.
Right. No, Josh did see it.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, you did see it? You
Yeah,
weren't sure.
I
so
said
wasn't
that.
Sure. Okay, I didn't know if I didn't hear you.
But it's only 1 week out, and I think we can be vague, and I think we can still talk about it.
Let's try not to ruin it for,
Yeah, but anyway.
I mean, the movie was very well done. It was a very nice, very lighter side movie, but also with a very heartfelt story involved. It was nice to see Marvel somewhat back into its old way of doing things. If you're a fan of Taskmaster, this isn't a movie for you. Because they murked her out pretty quickly. Besides that, it was just... I've been on the fence about this. I'm not sure if... I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Interesting. I loved it.
It was just kind of
wow, this is interesting.
The jokes landed and stuff, and the David Harbour shtick.
You were laughing
is good
like crazy.
I did. I laughed. I'm saying it wasn't funny. It was it was kind of thinking of the movie as I was driving home. I'm like, was it more than the end credit scene?
For me it was.
But I don't feel like it establishes the new storyline of what they're trying to do, where they're heading.
Yeah.
But besides that, it really wasn't a lot of forced stuff. It felt like
this is so. I did not know this. So for me,
it was just, I don't know, the whole new Avengers thing, which is the big thing at the end of the movie. They named them the New Avengers.
Yeah. But there was jokes about that because they knew that Captain America was also.
Yeah, but I think it was just kind of and then the U.S. agent personality in it, even after they got the end of it and they're doing this scene and the nonchalantly cockiness of things, and then Bucky's character being the original guy and trying to blend them together. The chemistry stuff kind of wasn't totally there for me.
Wow. So
ghost characters, whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, I honestly,
it was a Yelena movie basically. It was a Black Widow movie, but a new Black Widow movie.
Well,
but without naming her
she was the
anything,
lead.
without giving her a title. Basically.
She was the lead.
Yeah. And the Sentry story.
Yeah.
Who's not doesn't really have a presence.
Well,
it's
I think
is that character going to be
he's going to be a big.
He is, but it's
his
if
character
that's your,
is going to be a big thing coming up.
But if that's your new Superman, so to speak,
well,
your new super being,
they're going to use him.
He's going to have to come out of his shell or something have to happen to kind of.
Well, it's only one movie.
trigger.
We have more things ahead.
Yeah, no, but it's just kind of like.
And I think they're going to use him to help.
Well, yeah,
plan.
it's gonna have to be something where like he's gonna be the one that's gonna
He can't control.
turn things around.
Obviously, we know he can't control things.
Yes.
And so let me give you my initial.
He's like the new this just came into my head as I was talking about it. He is this Avengers Hulk. He's battling.
He's super overpowered.
Super overpowered, and he's battling like his inner demon,
Yes.
which in
Yes.
old Avengers was
It's
the Hulk.
Yep.
Like where he would just go roughshod, run through everything, destroy everything,
Right.
and would be uncontrollable. Very much Sentry's this way, where
Yes.
he's doesn't really control the power.
Nobody can defeat him.
He can't do anything. Like he can't do anything once it goes. He's kind of lost to it.
Yeah.
Very much the same
darkness.
thing as Hulk.
Yep.
So now it's starting to make more sense now that he's like this group's Hulk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not a terrible movie. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't like it didn't live up. I think the expectation was set a little bit high,
Wow.
and then I kind of like didn't get what I wanted out of it. And then like the end credit thing is basically the whole.
Well, let me give you
thing.
my initial reaction, and we'll dive into some of this stuff, and then we'll give it a grade. For me, it's weird. I really loved it. I walked out going, I felt like, man, I haven't had
No,
this.
you could say it.
I
You could
haven't-
say what you said as you're walking out of the theater.
What?
Marvel's back, baby.
I don't think I said it.
You
like-
did say that.
No.
You did say it.
I honestly, Phase 5 for me,
He said it just like that.
Phase 5 has been pretty weak. I haven't walked out of a Marvel movie since Guardians Volume 3 going, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, that was awesome. And I'm just looking right now at the list of all the movies that came out in Phase 5.
Yeah.
And Phase 5 was very weak.
Yes. It wasn't very
But
good.
it's weird. I liked the group. I actually liked USA Agent more in this movie.
Or
than
US
the show.
Agent.
US Agent.
Not USA Agent.
I'm sorry. I liked him more. I always say things wrong. Okay, what do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me? Okay, you both said that.
Because it's the thing you say all the time.
What do you want from me? I liked how the movie they jump right in and it's like kind of nonstop. There was like no boring parts. I liked I don't know, man. I liked how it was darker themed. I like how they're battling an inner demon of Sentry. Overall, like to me, it was a chef's kiss at the end with the post credit scene.
Yeah, that's like the whole movie basically.
This is a movie I really want to see again. I really enjoyed it.
I said the same thing. So I said to Claire, like it's some of those movies like I want to see with her to kind of be able to digest it more, I think.
I haven't said this since Guardians 3. I haven't said like, man, I want to see that again. Like, so for me, this was an adrenaline shot of MCU love. It had everything I used to love.
Yeah.
And it showed you can still do it.
I think too, the thing with it is, I think my part of it is, I think also seeing it on the Friday in the afternoon, as opposed to where we would usually see it on Thursday night with like the Marvel crowd.
There was there's
But I'm
people
saying,
cheering.
but more of like the usual Marvel crowd, like those type people would go to those.
The
movies.
diehard goes on.
The
Thursday.
diehard goes on Thursdays.
But
So I think that
everybody
was
was
a weird
cheering
thing
at
too.
the
I wasn't
end.
in the right mind spot.
I guess.
Also,
I
so I
guess
think
so.
that helped.
When Bucky showed up, the audience went nuts.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah.
I loved that scene.
Yeah.
So did everyone in the limo.
And at the end, post-credit scene, everybody lost their mind.
Well, it's kind of obvious.
I don't know, man. For me, Thunderbolts really did it. Like, I want to see it again. It made me excited for Fantastic Four. It makes me excited for Doomsday. And I'll be honest with you, after, like, the Marvels and Secret Invasion not being so good, and I was just kind of like, man, they need a win. They need a heavy hitter. And I didn't know. I thought Fantastic Four was going to be that, and I'm sure it's gonna. I didn't know what Thunderbolts was going to deliver for me, and I was just like, man, Thunderbolts delivered. And I don't know. I'm super excited now. Like, I kind of feel like, I will say MCU feels a little bit like back on track. Because I'll be honest, Captain America should have been better. I think Anthony Mackie deserved better. I felt like they should have just started from scratch with that movie. It just didn't deliver. It felt like a movie that could have just been an email or just on Disney Plus. It didn't feel grandioso. It just felt like a ho-hum thing. Like it happened and we moved on.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway,
your rating, Brian?
For me,
Yes. For those who don't know, out of 10, we do these out of 10.
for me, Thunderbolts is a 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah,
You really like Thunderbolts.
I really liked it a lot. I thought like it was a. I have one negative thing, which I'll wait for you, and I
Okay.
want to discuss this because it's not about the movie, but it's about superhero movies in general. But
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm going to give it 8.5.
Okay.
Wasn't terrible. Wasn't great.
well, I'll tell you this much: you gave Captain America 7. And I gave 7.5.
Yeah.
So we both gave it more than that.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. 8.5, 9, that's good.
Yeah, it was good. It was just wasn't like I said. I think it just, I don't know. It just, the more I think about it, the less I liked it.
See, the more I think about it, the more I want to see it again.
Yeah.
So
I still want to see it
opposite.
again because I want to see if it was just a weird
Was it that
timing
day
of it.
or was it?
It was just a weird
It happens.
yeah.
Ever
Also,
see a movie?
you didn't watch it with the full crew either. It was just you and Brian.
Well,
So that might have. No, I'm just saying that might
have
have something to do with it too. You know, usually you're with.
Well, some people you complain that.
Well, yeah, but you know,
the middle of the day too. It's a weird time to watch the movie, so I think that affects sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I got to be in like the right mindset to see movies
Yeah.
now.
yeah.
I feel like I don't know why, but it's like
You're getting older.
no. I feel like it's just like when we see them on Thursday nights, it's like
Yeah,
It's at
movie
night.
time.
I've like got it in my head. Like okay, I'm like I know Thursday night's movie, but like Friday afternoon, not movie time. I'm not like in the.
In the zone.
I got too much stuff going on in my head still.
Well, unfortunately, we both had work obligations.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out. You couldn't get out of it either.
Could not.
Fantastic Four. We'll make
Yes.
sure.
Or as they call it in the trailer, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good trailer.
And Superman,
Yeah, Superman 2. That's in July. Fantastic Four.
July.
Both are in July.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there are a couple weeks.
Like 2 weeks separately.
Woo.
Like 11th and 24th or something like
I want
that.
to say yeah.
I'm pumped for both.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
what I want to bring up. I'm glad you brought up Superman because watching Thunderbolts, and then I'm like, man, I feel like we've seen it all because I'm watching Thunderbolts going, oh, they did the hallway fight scene. It was so cool, but
Yeah.
I've seen that. We've seen that so many times now.
Yes.
Then when
That's one of those checkbox
it's
things. You're
becoming cliche.
like, yeah.
Then we've seen.
Like, how many
Then
places can you have a fight?
hold on, I got more. When Sentry goes full Sentry,
Yeah.
he basically turns into Homelander.
Yes.
And
Dark Century.
we have seen that
Void.
from Homelander. We've seen that from Superman. We've seen
Yeah.
that from other MCU or DC things.
Yes.
And part of me was just like, man, it's Wolverine and Deadpool had big surprises with
Yeah.
cameos and fight scenes, and they really did things you don't normally see.
Yeah.
But even with the Thunderbolts, which I loved, but man, are we at a point where nothing really like blows you away anymore? It's very hard to be like, wow, that was like a hallway fight scene we've seen so many times. It's really
Well,
hard to really
if
make
you-
it cool.
Are you talking, Brian? Are you talking about the one at the very beginning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yelena's-
if you think about it, it's showing her mentality of
I agree.
rinse and repeat.
I get it. I get it.
yeah,
I
rinse
know.
and repeat. So I think
I
that was kind of like they were kind of like leaning into that. Like it's a whole hum thing. Hallway fight scene.
Go to work.
Go to work. Do your job.
home.
Yeah, I know.
Clock
She
in,
was in a
clock
funk.
out.
She was in a funk. I get that,
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
I think
just
that
saying.
was the thing. So the rest of the fight scenes weren't in that kind of vein.
I know.
So
But I'm just saying in general.
I think they might be leading into it now.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is not about Thunderbolts. I'm just saying it made me think about these
Oh,
things.
I know, but I have a feeling that's the reason why they did it. Is
Yeah.
they wanted to make you think.
I get.
Here we
that.
go
Ho-hum.
again.
Yeah.
Fight scene of
Good. Fight guys down the hallway. Get to
you
the
know,
thing. They get to
shoot
the
guys.
thing.
I guess my point is not Thunderbolts. I I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying in general.
I think also
it's
like
become
the thing with the Thunderbolts too is they did a good job of Easter egging their own stories inside things. Like when Yelena gets to the room with the doctor, like they show a scene in the background is the scene with the two like shadow people on the wall, which they don't like bring back later on in the movie, but that's like there. You don't really catch it because you don't know anything about it, but then it like makes sense when you see it later. So I think they did that well in the movie. They did those things well.
Well, yeah, the Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
Like callbacks to old stuff, which is kind of cool. No, I'm just saying, like, we have seen so much because of television, because of the movies. Like, it's really it's becoming harder.
Well, that's everything.
To get
like even in comic books, like what are you gonna like do now to like?
I know. I'm just saying in movies in general.
Yeah.
Oh no, but like even with Sentry,
I mean,
this is now the what? Fourth or the Sentry character came out in 2000.
Well, even just all the mind stuff.
You're on the fourth different version of Sentry.
Yeah, but even like,
and then he was also retconned into the past.
Yes,
because like Stark Tower is his tower.
Cool.
No, but that's what I'm saying is you're repeating stuff.
Josh. It's fine.
I'm just saying in general, it's getting tough for me. Like I'm going, man, we've seen so much of this that
it is. It's everything's that way. I think it's just the way it is. It's just we've seen so much.
You
it's
have
hard
to do something so big to really make the audience go, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Deadpool Wolverine pulled that off.
Yeah.
I think Guardians 3 pulled that off with some. They had a hallway fight scene, but it was epic.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think we're at a point in the MCU, and
that's any movie genre though. You can
people
say that
want
same
it.
thing.
Yeah, they got to start
like horror movies. Like how many times can you have the person alone in the house?
You got to mix it up.
Like what are you gonna like, the usual tropes.
And I think that's what I appreciate about the ending of Thunderbolts, that the fight took place in Sentry's head. And it wasn't a glowing thing from the sky. It wasn't a typical fight.
Very Inception-esque.
Yeah, I kind of like that. And I think that was kind of unique and different because I was like, well, they could not defeat him any other way.
Yeah.
Like, they could not.
Yeah. I actually would have liked to have seen more of the other characters' mind stuff.
I agree.
Like Yelena's mind stuff.
We saw her
delve into it, but don't delve into it more instead of just her just easily figuring out how to get out of it.
They all met up very easily. Yeah, because they were all like, "Oh, we saw some stuff."
like Bucky's. Like I really would have wanted to see his stuff.
I agree.
Like, what happened
honestly,
with his thing?
Yeah.
After the movie, I thought about it. If you really think about it, Bucky's mind thing was basically a lot of stuff in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, redemption arc stuff.
No, but still,
it'd be dark stuff.
It would have been
the dark
interesting
stuff.
to see.
But that's, I mean,
like him seeing
him kill Tony Stark's
parents.
Yeah,
him, going after Captain America, like him,
the dark stuff.
weird things, like the things that
also,
he did.
The whole of the time of the Winter Soldier of all the people he killed. Then, that's what I mean. Is like it would have been cool, but you would have been there in that mind palace for.
I know.
It was only a 2-hour and 6-minute movie. They could have extra in 20 minutes.
They
could
have added a little bit more.
Yeah.
No, it would have been like, oh my gosh, this movie's so long.
It would have been kind of cool. I agree with that.
Like even ghost stuff, like her.
We don't know much about her.
We don't really know anything about her.
Right.
So it'd be nice to see those things.
She did stuff with what, Shield or something.
She was in Ant-Man
and
Wasp.
She was the bad guy, but
she was the villain in the second Ant-Man movie.
Yes. Yep. But I agree. That kind of
even U.S. agent stuff, like him having to revisit like him murdering that guy.
Well, we saw him with his family. His family wasn't.
Well,
so
no, but like
good.
that kind of. But even like more about like why did he like what's going on?
Also, how would he have reacted to watching it from the outside?
Yeah.
Because I think that was the main thing that really made it trippy. Like, you're dealing with it, but you're not in the
even
thing,
like the
you're
Valentina stuff.
It.
I think would have established her more. Like giving her like if you'd seen some kind of Hydra stuff with her and Hydra, and like made that connection more to show that she's such a bad person. Like she is a villain.
Yeah.
She is the underlying villain in the whole MCU basically.
I mean, but
She's like the more like ground level villain.
Yeah, she's more of like a weird like gray area because she's like she's an opportunist.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like I want to create the new Avengers.
But she was like the whole her whole thing was.
I know.
Yeah.
She's doing it
like Oxcorp, like.
Yeah, she's
You're
doing it
saying
for
more about that?
herself, self-interest.
Did you also catch that connection though?
Yes, Oxcorp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all you want to talk about.
Yeah.
But all right, so we have to move on.
We do.
It is now time.
It's now time for the debut of the Geekonomics 2025-2026.
The Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge.
Backlash edition.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yes.
Season 2.
Season 2 begins now.
Oh my, that belt's gonna be mine next year. That's all I gotta say.
I am the champion of 2024-2025.
Upside down. There you go.
So I get the belt, and I'll be wearing the belt every time I do picks to show you how bad you guys are at doing the picks.
Look, it's shiny.
It is shiny. Look at the sparkles on it. It's amazing. All right, so going into Backlash this weekend, like, caramba. Feels like we just left, but we're back already.
I know, holy man.
I know, it doesn't feel like it's been a month yet.
First match, we're not doing these in any particular order. These are just kind of how I laid them out on the sheet because I make the sheets and this is how it happens.
This is how
Again,
it happens.
non-championship matches are 1 point. Championship matches are 2 points. We also do bonuses as well. If you'd like to play at home, feel free to. Please also make in our post of today's podcast, leave your picks in the comment section. Play along with us. We might come up with a little prize for the celebrity pick winner of 2024, 2025, 2026. So stay tuned for that as well. But first off, we have the Why Is This Happening match of Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Can I just start?
We'll go to
this
Josh with this one because he wears the Pat McAfee shirt.
I know, but
all the time.
I like Pat.
I've also
McAfee.
like
Except for today. But
stuff
every
is
other day.
no, I know, but stuff has popped up recently on YouTube because I get This seems to be like a thing that happens every 2 years. That Pat McAfee has matches because almost exactly 2 years ago he was fighting Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And Baron Corbin was jumping him and harassing him during broadcasts when he was on SmackDown. So it almost feels like this is a thing now.
Yes.
Can I ask you who won that match?
Pat McAfee.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Baron Corbin got released.
Yeah. So.
And before that, he wrestled Adam Cole.
And who won?
Pat McAfee. And then Adam Cole got released.
So, unfortunately,
if you're
going
Gunther,
off of all that
the one thing you
information,
don't want to do is lose to Pat McAfee.
I am picking
no.
Pat McAfee. I hope they don't do the same thing and release Gunther, but I doubt they will. But
No, I feel like this is like.
I have a feeling it's going to be a Pat McAfee with help
yes,
type of situation.
very much so.
But if you go back, Brian, and go on YouTube,
Yeah.
there's like some of the videos of Baron Corbin like running through the crowd,
Yeah,
jumping the barrier, and full on drop kicking Pat McAfee at the announce table is like.
yeah.
And did Pat McAfee win both of these matches without help? Or did he get help? both
No,
times?
he won them on his own.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Adam Cole one.
Adam Cole won, he won on his own.
One-on-one match.
Yep. And the Baron Corbin was a one-on-one match
Yeah.
on, but I don't think it was a pay-per-view
He
match.
also
It
wrestled
was a-
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
And beat Austin Theory.
And
too,
beat Austin Theory,
at
too.
WrestleMania.
So his record is like zero
think-
loses?
He
I
has.
think he's lost a couple.
He's
like,
lost a couple, but he also
multi-person
was. He
matches.
was also in. The other thing is, Pat McAfee was an NXT wrestler.
Yes.
Like, he wasn't an announcer. He was an
he
actual
was a full-on
talent.
wrestler. He was in War Games.
Yeah, he was in War Games.
Oh, see, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
He was
Yes.
in War Games.
So if you
back
go,
in the day.
all
but he
new
is
to me.
also
Yeah.
2-0 at WrestleMania.
Yes, he is 2-0 at WrestleMania. Yeah.
Oh
Don't-
my God, this changes everything.
That's the other thing is him and Cole are the only announcing duo that are undefeated
Yes.
at WrestleMania.
Yes.
They both have wrestled WrestleMania matches. And
Michael Cole beat Jerry the King Lawler
Yeah.
at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This changes everything.
So that's one reason why I went first, Brian. So you got some more information.
Yeah. So
But that could also be misleading because it's like, it's Gunther. Like,
Right. It's
Baron
right.
Corbin was the happy Corbin character, and everyone hated him.
this is
Adam
it
Cole
was before
was-
that though. It was
No,
before
it was
the-
happy-
at the very beginning of it. That's right.
Yeah, it was the beginning of Happy Corbin.
Yeah.
So
It was
The
before
thing-
that he was the broke Corbin.
yeah,
The thing is, Gunther could do the choke out, and
Yes.
then he's done. Like, but the only reason that he obviously security, but like he could do the choke out, and someone could help him.
Yeah. So Josh, you picked Pat.
I picked Pat.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mark, can you go next?
No.
This one?
I'm the champion. I get to go last.
I'm going to just be different. It's a 1-point match. I'm going to go with Gunther. Here's why. I didn't know all that. I'm still going to go with Gunther, knowing all that, because I feel like that, like, this is Gunther coming back from losing the belt, and also he's going after the announcers for talking smack. And I don't know, man. There hasn't been much build-up. I think tonight something's gonna happen that would sway my opinion more. I'm gonna give it to Gunther. And
I'm also annoyed I have to work tonight, so I'm gonna have to watch it delayed.
I hate when we do picks on Monday because I feel like we have a better
You miss
idea
stuff.
Tuesday.
But you also have to think we would miss stuff anyways because you don't have Friday, and stuff happens on Friday. So
Generally not as much as Monday.
not
though.
as much, but you still have the thing of you're picking before the two final shows.
Yeah.
So
I know. Monday seems a lot of things happen on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
I think they're going to continue the downward spiral of Gunther,
yes,
and I think the only way to do that is for him to lose to Pat McAfee.
God, man, I'm picking wrong here. I know. I feel it. I feel it. Feel it in my bones.
Because the only way you can do this like redemption arc for Gunther is for him to get totally
he has to go to the lowest of
the
lows.
lowest of levels and be like
Pat
dude,
McAfee beats you.
brought back up. Yeah, like losing to Pat McAfee, an announcer. Like
Yeah,
you
right.
couldn't beat Jey Uso for the championship, and now you're losing to Pat McAfee. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yep.
You're like
He
you're
lost his
not
cool.
Who you are. You're
Yeah.
you lost your cool. You're like taking out announcers. You've been suspended. So I think there's something coming along the line here.
That's my my thought is he's gone too far away from the Ring General
Yes.
character.
Yeah.
and
Now he's
idea.
like doing like
now he's doing
Jay
some
match.
like,
He was doing things that aren't like
beating up Jimmy and
keeping the ring sacred.
Yes,
stuff.
he's
Like,
gone off the
he's gone.
reservation.
He's lost
Yeah.
his path.
Yeah, they're gonna have
So
to.
you
like,
have to destroy
somebody's
him.
gonna have to bring him back or build him back up.
I should have. I'm going to stick with the Gunther, but you guys are
moving
probably
on.
right.
Men's United States Championship match. The champion, the Samoan Wolverine, Jacob Fatu, up against the guy who's in every championship match for some odd reason, Drew McIntyre. LA Knight,
Yeah.
whatever, and Damian Priest, whatever.
Damian Priest is awesome.
Can we? This doesn't make any sense. Like,
How did Drew get in this match?
yeah,
There's no reason for Drew to be thrown into this match. He
Just-
had no connection to anything going on with this.
He put himself in this
He
match.
literally just like said something to Damian
Yes.
Priest once, and then Damian Priest fought LA Knight, and that got taken out to a disqualification because of Solo Sikoa.
Yes.
And then they're like, "All right, we're doing a men's championship match with Jacob, LA Knight, and Damian Priest." And, oh, and yeah, and by the way, we're gonna throw Drew in this as well. Why?
Because Drew wants the belt too. And
But
he wants.
doesn't say anything. He hasn't said one thing about the belt.
And him and Damian Priest have a beef going
but that's what I mean. Is
That's the only thing he's
you're-
got going on. Is that
You're
he's connected to
taking
Damian Priest.
Yeah.
two other things
They're
that are
taking
going
two-
on and
yeah,
adding
they're
it
taking-
to
yeah, they're taking
this
two
just to
rivalries
have.
Yes.
and wedging them together so they can get multiple people in a match.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll start off with Brian. Who you got?
You know what? After Friday night, I'm gonna stick up. I'm gonna stick with Jacob Fatu because I believe his high is still up there. Him having the belt still like put the target on his back and allows this story to continue. I don't really see what would happen if anybody else won the belt at this time. It doesn't really move anything.
Yes.
I think
Gotcha.
Fatu keeps the belt.
Okay. Josh, who you got?
Just because of this setup, I have a feeling it's going to make it so that Jacob keeps the belt because Damian and Drew are going to fight for and take the other guys out, and it's just going to be one of those stupid things. But Jacob.
I'm also going with Jacob because this is the curse of putting the belt on John Cena. You can't do anything with any of these guys. They
Right.
can't go upwards because none of them are going to fight John Cena.
Yeah, but they want to fight right now.
No,
It's
they'd
going
want-
to be with
yeah,
that
if
too.
Because if you're...
But they wouldn't want to face...
The process would be like LA Knight, who was the U.S. champion. Once he loses the belt, like when Gunther lost the Intercontinental Championship, he then was moved into the
Right.
World Championship
You move up.
scene. LA Knight can't move up to the John Cena scene because John Cena has the belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Where if Cody still had the belt,
You
there was
could.
a
could move
chance.
him up to go after Cody.
But they weren't doing that.
But I'm saying you could.
I know, but they
There
weren't.
was more
It's like
more of a chance of it
SmackDown
happening.
has that weird thing where like the United States Championship is like the ceiling.
Yes.
It's like you can't get any higher than that.
Yeah.
Because like even Drew is now like stuck at this like plateau where he can't get into like him against John Cena is not gonna happen.
It also doesn't make sense.
It's like there's no like
I gotcha.
it just-
I agree with you.
It's a weird
It is
It's
weird.
a weird SmackDown situation. Moving on. We have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. It's Lyra Valkyria, plain white toast, up against
The man.
the man, Becky Lynch.
My favorite.
We'll go to Josh. Josh, who do you got? Well, she's your favorite now because Liv's not there.
No, Becky Lynch is still my number one favorite.
I think it's gonna be Becky's gonna beat the crap out of her, and then she's gonna go pin her, and Bayley will come in and end the match. So Lyra will win by disqualification because of Becky.
Wait,
Bayley.
because of Bayley. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Brian, who you got?
This is a tough one because you have the propping up of Lyra with Becky Lynch going full heel here with this whole they were a tag team, now they're not, now they're mad at she's mad at her. But if Becky does take the belt, I mean, what does that do for Lyra? Which they're trying to push, and we had this discussion. I don't want to repeat it, but I do believe that Lyra's having sort of a pop right now. We know she's not great on the mic, but I feel like people are cheering for her. I feel this is tough because I love Becky Lynch and I want her to have the belt again. But
She never had this belt
Never had
before,
this
by
belt.
the way.
no, but I mean she had the woman's belt
Yes.
on Raw.
Yes.
That's what I speak of.
Yeah.
It could go both ways, but I feel like if Lyra keeps the belt, you continue that momentum that's building for her right now. And if she loses that belt, that momentum could die. So I think somehow, some way, man, this is a rough one. Why? I have a hard time with this one.
You're just going to pick one person. There's only two of them. It's not like there's that many.
Josh, what did you say again?
I said that Lyra will
Lyra will win
but
by
it'll be
Bayley
by
interference.
disqualification.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Lyra keeps it because I just feel for story-wise, it makes the most sense. If Becky wins it, it could just kill momentum for her. So there you go, Lyra.
Lyra Valkyria. Not because I want to, but because it's the only way that
Well,
makes
I don't
sense.
want to either, but
It's the only thing. It's the only thing that makes sense. Is
yes.
because if Becky wins it, you're either killing the momentum, or you're just having her be fodder.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think right now,
And this is not like a well, we'll talk about this after the next
Okay.
match. But Lyra wins this. Bayley does come out after the match because Becky's gonna beat her down after she loses, and then Bayley's gonna come out for the save, and then that's gonna set up a Bayley versus Becky match at the next show.
there you go. That could
Yeah, it's gonna be either that or it's gonna be
Unless this happens tonight, and then this blows up everything,
Right.
And
Yeah.
we all lose.
we all those.
All right. The WWE Championship match. It's John Cena, the champion, the last true champion, up against Randall Orton.
Randall Orton.
Randall Keith
Randall
Orton.
Keith
I like how
III.
he said that. Randall Orton. Randy Randy.
We'll go to Bryan first. Who you got?
I think John Cena keeps the belt. I feel like this is the Wrecking House tour. I think what we're going to get is John Cena's going to show up. No crazy graphics, black and white. He's going to walk out nice and slow. He's going to basically play Randy Orton like he did Cody Rhodes. I think it's going to be very basic. I think he's just going to play with the audience. He's going to play with them like a cat and a mouse. He's the cat, and Randy Orton's going to be the mouse. And I feel like we're going to get something similar to what we already saw. I think John Cena is going to continue doing this up until something big happens. But I think that Randy Orton is just another roadblock until that something big happens. So I think John Cena keeps it, and I'm actually very interested to see what he does, because I rewatched that John Cena and Cody Rhodes match, and I know you didn't like it, and I know we were all poo-poo. We all like Saturday more, but it was very. What he's doing is, like he said, he's ruining wrestling for everyone. He's basically just being like very, we say plain toast. He's being very vanilla ice cream, but he's like basic. So I feel like that's what he's going to do again. So I think John Cena.
All right.
But Randy Orton, I think this is going to be an incredible match because Randy Orton is amazing. He's one of the top superstars right now.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
All right, Josh, who you got?
Randy Orton isn't a mouse. He's the Viper.
I know.
And he's going to punt him, and he's going to win.
Wow. You think so?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're going to take the belt off him that quickly, you think?
I don't think, but I'm just sick and tired of the stupidness of the John Cena ruining wrestling thing. And I would just love to see Randy just go, no, you're not going to do this, and punt him.
Well, John Cena is going to be at SmackDown this Friday, so we'll see what he says. Randy had his little thing this past Friday.
So Saturday, before we started doing Free Comic Book Day, Matt and I were setting up before we moved to a different location where we ended up setting up. And Jen was there, who did picks with us for WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
Called me out for my take on WrestleMania.
Jen. Yes. She messaged me.
Yes. Called me out on my take for WrestleMania.
We were talking about that. She loves it.
Does not agree with my takes on this
No.
John Cena storyline.
No. She's very passionate.
She is very passionate.
I love it.
Even to the point where she wants to come on the show to debate me on
this. Yes. And she's great. I love her
and,
and Sarah. They're amazing people.
Since
both of them.
I've been thinking about this since Saturday. I'm going to be now the last true champion of the Wrestling Challenge.
Oh, you're pulling a John Cena.
I'm pulling a John Cena. I'm turning heel. You will never be allowed on my show. I'm ruining podcasting for everybody. And I'm going to show you how bad of a story this is by doing it on this podcast. So my winner is John Cena. And it's just because I can, because it's my show. So take that. And I'm going to entrance to no music and a black and white background from now on. We're going to change the logo to black and white.
It just says Geekonomics.
And, just to say Geekonomics and black.
Can you do that for next week's show?
I can do that for next week's show. Because this is probably one of the worst storylines in wrestling history. Come to find out, it will be, as history of wrestling unfolds. That this will be a terrible story.
Come to find out,
come to find out, this will be the
I
worst
actually don't
story.
mind it. I
think it's
for it.
stupid and dumb.
Right.
I even said it to her that if this is how one of your greatest wrestlers is going to leave your company, I think we will look back on this years from now and be like, that was stupid
But hold on.
and dumb.
we don't know how it's all going to unfold.
It's
So
still
until
stupid
it
enough.
I can tell you
unfolds-
exactly how it's going to unfold, and I will put points on this if need be. This is going to go until The Rock decides he wants to come back, more than likely after the UFL season's over, which will probably be around SummerSlam time.
Mhm.
And then The Rock will come back, and The Rock will beat John Cena to win the belt.
Mhm.
And Rock will then do the Better for Business act until like Survivor Series time, where John Cena will come back as old John Cena,
Mhm.
and we'll do the 5 moves of doom, beat The Rock, and then we'll be like Mr. Fruity Pebbles until December, where he loses the belt to Cody Rhodes.
All right,
And
we
then
should remember
that's
this.
how
Write this
that's
down,
how this whole
Josh.
thing's gonna go.
All right, all right.
Because it really was one of the worst WrestleManias ever, and I'm sticking to that, and I don't care what anyone else says about it.
All right, all right. I still
Saturday
love
was
Saturday. Was amazing.
Saturday was way better than Sunday. The boring, dragging, like we're gonna end our biggest event of the year with this slog of a match.
I'm telling you, he's
where
going to do it again.
We literally propped up this one guy with his story being finished and made him to be this big superstar, and then we just kind of murked him out to this guy just because it's his last WrestleMania.
It's going to happen. Cody Rhodes is
And-
going to come
and
back.
Now he's going to walk
And
around
we
with
had
the
to
belt.
wait. We had to wait 20 minutes for a guy with a fake hardcore championship belt.
Yeah, and then
walk
bring
down a
in
ramp.
Travis Scott.
All right, let's not. We know.
I will be
we know.
surprised if Travis Scott shows up this match too, and
He is,
like
he
he's
is.
gonna come out and just look at somebody, and then that'll be like how the match ends. John Cena will smile, and
I'm liking it. I'm
we'll
enjoying
get the
it.
after thing where he's like, "I'm not answering your questions because they're not cool, and I don't like people." But
I'm
go watch
enjoying this.
Peacemaker.
All right. Let's move on. Okay.
So John Cena will
John
win
Cena.
this boring match that is the last match of one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history. Is going to end with a wet fart with John Cena winning this match.
Probably.
And then the one thing they didn't do though is say it was hinted at the very beginning of the lead up to this was that this is the last time, but then they dropped it. So the only way to save this is if they can bring this back again and say like they do the this is the last time match. Once they say that, things might be different.
Okay.
So this could all change. I could change my mind completely if come Sunday they do something where Randy Orton is at least set up to at least continue this thing with John Cena and it not just be like a one-off just to do a thing and then move on kind of thing.
Right.
So
I don't know. We
this
don't
could
know.
all change.
We don't know.
But as of right now, I'm the last true champion, and I'm taking the belt with me, and the lineage dies with me, and your every other person will have to be called the new champion because things.
Thanks. All right.
So-
we're moving to bonus.
The last thing we have is because Bryan wants more matches on the card because right now there's only 4. They might announce another match.
I think they will.
More than likely they'll announce another match tonight or on Friday.
Yeah.
More than likely tonight.
Yes.
So we're doing the whimsical which match will be added bonus.
Can I?
You can pick any match. You can pick one match
But
that's going to
Josh,
be added.
I'm going to let Josh.
There's no
know.
options. There's no options. Nope. No.
Okay.
No.
Fine.
This match could be anything.
Okay.
It could be against any person, against
Okay.
any person.
Fantasyland.
Fantasy world. 5 points if you get this correct.
Yeah. And you're just picking the match. You're not picking the winner here.
No.
Because
You're just throwing a match out.
we will text each other.
Out of the storylines we've seen on Raw and SmackDown, what match is going to magically come about?
If a match is technically added today or Friday, we will all text each
We
other.
will do that, and we will pick it.
We'll
and we will
pick
add it.
We'll
and
add
then we'll
it.
talk about it on the review.
Yeah. But this is just
This is
solely
just
on a match.
Pie in the sky, blue sky thoughts. What match would you like to see added to the card? Starting with Josh.
I don't want to see it added to the card. But
Then
I have
don't say it.
No. But I have a feeling it's going to be. No, that's what I'm saying. You said, what match do you want to see added to the card? I don't want to see this match added to the card, but I have a feeling it's going to be added to the card.
Okay.
Because stupid Logan Paul has to have a match sometimes, and because he's, some international moneymaker, Jake Paul needs a match against Jey Uso.
Logan Paul versus Jey Uso for the belt.
Yeah, Logan Paul.
Okay.
Brian's cheating by looking at
No.
predictions of what might be matches online.
But, well,
Tell us what it is,
yeah,
Brian.
I already saw this morning before we even did
Yeah,
this.
but why would you not just, for
no,
funds?
This morning, first thing I said is I really believe the Jey Uso and Logan Paul match is going to be thrown in there.
This is why I'm killing the belt.
Because they've already been planting the seeds. And there was a big slap last Monday Night
It
Raw.
was a punch.
Punch, whatever. It's from Logan Paul, so it was a slap. His punches aren't that hard. Obviously,
No,
Jey-
it's
He has titanium in his hand. Didn't you know he broke his hand
He's got
once?
broken hands. So
and he got a bionic
he's got
hand
the
now.
strongest hand in the world.
clicking too much.
He doesn't
Popping too
need
much?
brass
He pops
knuckles, but he
himself all
uses
the
them
time.
anyways.
So, Josh,
Prime pops.
I agree with you. My first gut is Jey Uso and Logan Paul will be added tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
No,
but
I'm not either. But I feel like it's going to happen. So anyway, Mark.
All right. I'm going to go different than you guys because what's the fun and bonuses if you can't have fun with them? And I'm going to say Rhea and Io Sky up against Julia and Roxanne Perez. Because I think it'd be a fun match.
That would be a fun match.
And it's a throwaway match. Doesn't matter who wins.
Yeah, because the title won't be on the line.
Yeah. Because there's no women's championship match because Liv's off making a movie and they're not going to strip the belt from her.
Well,
but
that pisses
Dominic
me off.
can't leave.
Yeah,
because he has to stay because he's a champion. But Liv can go away.
Okay.
And not because she filled out the paperwork correctly.
There is another match that could be possibly thrown on there that would be a Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax match.
I think
could
it's early
happen.
for that.
Yeah, it's early.
Well, did you watch Friday?
I did.
I mean, they could this Friday.
Yeah,
have
but
it.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
need with that type of situation, you need to have them have a back and forth to set up.
Yeah, but they
the actual
already
match.
they were friends. Now they're not, and now they're budding. Like Nia Jax
Yeah, but you
had it out for her
I agree.
on Friday.
I agree, Brian. But that's not something you put on
They
a
could have
week
both
later.
those matches. They could have all three of these matches.
They could.
They could be all
I
out
think
there.
all
They could all
three are
happen.
very
So we'll see what happens.
likely. But I think
Or they could add none of them. Which I
So-
think they'll add something because there's only 4 matches.
we'll get the bonus if we get the match right, but then we'll get our points
Yes.
once we decide when they actually decide what's
Correct.
going on tonight. Or
Yes, which
Friday.
we'll find all that hopefully tonight, if not on Friday,
Yeah.
but definitely on Saturday.
Definitely.
Definitely on Saturday. So all that and more next week. You can check out all the things, the reviews of all the matches and the points, and see who takes the lead in the season 2, the final season
Gonna be
of
this
the
guy.
Wrestling Challenge.
Gonna be
Because
this guy.
I'm the last true champion. I'm taking the belt with me, and no one else is ever going to win this ever again. So to all those out there, especially Jen, be safe, be well, be kind.
Rewind, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
Also, I added chapters, so if you want to watch just the wrestling, go ahead. If you want to watch us review a movie, go right ahead. That will be going forward.
Yes.
To make life easy for
New
everybody.
added bonus to
Yes.
our
Way to
shows.
say it at the end of the video, Brian.
Yes.
Whatever.
Well, whatever.
I forgot to mention it.
It's whatever. If you gotten this far,
You'll know
more
it's
power
there.
to you.
You'll know it's there. Good night, Bob.
Yeah. See you, Rocky. Bye, Jen.
And who else you say good night to?
Later, Howard.
Howard. Bye, Howard.